He is a two-time Top Chef winner, just taking the crown in a global competition against other past contestants. Budalao says that his love for culture and cuisine started back in his childhood. I spoke to the Top Chef World All-Stars winner about starting in his parents' restaurant, the inspirations behind his dishes, and the big step he's about to take.
The chef who had our favourite dish of the day really celebrated steaming, and that chef was Buddha.
Oh, congratulations, Buddha.
Right off the top, people say you're a food snob, but you say that's not true, and there's a lot more to the backstory than that. How do you defy that label?
So it depends on your definition of food snob. I don't think I am. Look, my wife at the start didn't like me because I seem to have like a know-it-all sort of feel to me. But I mean, I'm just very passionate about what I do. And if I know something, I'll say it. It's my field. I'm passionate about cooking, and I've loved cooking for such a long time. So if I really come off like a kind of like a know-it-all, it's because I really want to engage in a conversation about food because I'm really passionate about it.
What do you credit with your success as far as, you know, it's not just that you won Top Chef among the basic Top Chefs, but you won Top Chefs among the world's best Top Chefs.
As an executive chef nowadays, I've spent most of my career actually just working for people, and those people were pushing me and teaching me, and that's why when I came to Top Chef, it found another avenue to bring out this sort of out of comfort zone experience where I was constantly pushing myself and learning more dishes and more about myself and the cooking that I can do.
I think you were 12 when you started working in your parents' kitchen, right, in the restaurant. Was it just a job at that point, or did you realize already you had a love affair with food?
I was in love from the moment that I started doing it. I started off as a server, actually, at 9 years old, because, you know, as I think most children growing up in a Chinese restaurant, they find out that their parents are working more in the restaurant, and you don't get that time. So I was like, hey, I don't want to stay at home on the weekends. I want to go do something. And I was running like little plates of food maybe 3 or 4 times a night and then watching cartoons in the back. But then all of a sudden, I just really loved the reaction of someone going, wow, and enjoying the meal. And I was like, I really love that feeling. And then I just wanted to be in a career where I can constantly do that. And I think with my food, I don't just only cook just to feed people, but just to make sure that they have an experience and make sure that they feel that sort of wow that I got when I was 9 years old.
And talk to us about the culture that's in your cuisine. Grew up in Australia, worked in your parents' Chinese restaurant, lived all over the world.
I feel like I don't really constrict myself to a certain cuisine. I find so much interest in the world, and you know, I love going to travel to Thailand, Italy, France, and learn about their culture and food, because I feel like there's so much that you can learn about the history when you eat a dish, when you sit down with someone and learn how to cook it. That is years and generations of culture, and I really, really love being a part of that.
Top Chef, people keep coming back season after season. What do you think it is that keeps people so interested?
First of all, it's not done in a studio, so it is going from place to place, and you're exploring the culture and you're learning a lot through the cooking. And I think that's what's so beautiful about Top Chef and why people keep watching it.
Buddha, technically the fish was cooked beautifully.
There was a lot of variety, both in flavor and in texture.
Thank you.
It's been announced that after 19 seasons, Padma's not coming back. Your reaction to that?
I found out just as soon as everyone else did on social media. I was sitting next to my wife, and my jaw dropped for probably about 2 minutes, and she kind of went, "What's happening?" But yeah, it was a shock, and at that point, I already knew that I have won, and so having that knowledge of the announcements coming in a couple of weeks, and knowing that it's the last time Padma's going to crown someone Top Chef, it felt like, you know, that win was just so much more.
And her replacement chef, you have a lot of respect for.
Kristen Kish, I absolutely love. I think that she's going to do amazing. Having a Top Chef winner into the judges' seat really is going to highlight different aspects of not only just what's on the plate, but what the chef was trying to do or portray.
And talk to us about something that you love that you think that people might be surprised.
I'm a big fan of Popeyes Chicken. They're probably going to give me a brand endorsement now, but when I do want to jazz it up, I do put a bit of caviar in it as well, and that is my ultimate guilty pleasure. I have that with most celebratory occasions. I don't have it every day, but when I do have it, I actually remember every single moment that I've had it, just because the combination is just so good.
Never would have guessed. Popeyes, are you listening? If you were trying to impress someone, or when you and Rebecca were dating, do you remember that particular entree that you prepare that you're like, I'm going to get them?
One of my favorite things to cook is a Wellington. I just think that there's so many levels of how you can cook it, and to the perfection of the crust, to the patterns, to, you know, you've got so many levels of it. And I think that I continue to push myself to try and understand the science between it. That is textbook. The fact that the fish is levitating in the middle of that, it is stunning. It's like a picture. It's a piece of art.
Speaking of the oven, your wife, who's a pastry chef, has 2 buns in the oven, right? Your reaction to that news?
Oh, it was crazy. So first of all, my wife's a pastry sous chef at 11 Madison Park, and when we found out that she was pregnant, we looked at the ultrasound and we're like, okay, there's a baby, like, congratulations, and then boom, another one came out into the ultrasound, and I almost fell off my chair. She couldn't fall off hers, but it was crazy just to see that. We're very, very lucky.
What's next for you?
Can't wait for the twins to come out and be a father, and obviously open up some restaurants and just continue doing what I love.
The entire series of Top Chef, including its Top Chef World All-Star season, is available to stream on Peacock.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.